The Scar Essence mine has officially been released into the game, and I decided to wake up super early this morning just to be able to be the first person to craft blood runes for 1 full hour. So in this video, I will just show you kind of what I did as I woke up. I still really didn't know what I was doing when I logged in this morning because any piece of new content I'm always very confused at. But I looked at the OSRS blog post and I just reviewed what the Scar Essence mine entailed exactly. So first things first is I just went over to the Scar Essence mine, talked to the person, went through all the dialogue, and then started mining away at the amalgamations. And all you do is simply click on the amalgamations. It's not really worth tick manipulating at all, so you can really just mine wherever you want. I realized there's actually multiple extractors around the room after I left, so the spot I'm at really isn't the most efficient spot. There's a bunch of other spots around the room that are really close to the extractor. But what you're doing essentially is mining these scarred or tainted essence, and then you just put them into the extractor. And then what you do is there's a little hole thing in the middle of the room where you can deposit your GP. So every 25,000 tainted essence, which is a lot and which will take you probably just over an hour, costs 600 million GP. Now, I decided in this video to just mine 5,000 tainted essence, which cost a grand total of 120 mil GP. And 5,000 tainted essence is roughly the amount of essence you will need for a full hour of rune crafting. And that full hour of rune crafting will grant you around 300,000 blood runes. I managed to craft, I believe, 310,000, and I will show you the full sped up video of the hour-long rune crafting grind that I did. And you can actually craft them even slightly faster if you decide not to use the blood essence. I decided to use the blood essence just for the little bit of extra blood runes you get, but actually technically it would be faster to not have that blood essence taking up a spot in your inventory. So very fastest way is to not even use blood essence and just go ahead and craft without it. But yeah, so in the main section of the Scar Essence mine, by the way, there's the extractor, and then there's a right and a left little panel which you can extract. So obviously you do have to use the, what are they called? Scarred extracts. There's 4 different extracts. There's the mangled, the scarred, the twisted, and the warped. The scarred extracts are what you're going to be using for blood runes, soul runes, and wrath runes. Those are the ones that cost 24,000 GP per tainted essence. And the mangled and the twisted and the warped are for the lesser tier runes. So mangled are for nature, law, astral, and death. Twisted are for mud, mist, steam, lava, dust, smoke, chaos, and cosmic. And warped are just for traditional, what are they called? Elemental runes and mind and body. So I don't really think mangled, twisted, or warped extracts are really worth your time, mainly because there still are shops. So I kind of was under the assumption that Jagex would maybe like remove shops or do something to shops because of this update, but it looks like this update is just very overpowered and it's just essentially making shops obsolete, although shops are still available. So technically, if you want to get your nature's laws, astrals, and deaths, I mean, if you need a bunch of them, I guess you could use the Scar Essence mine, but like for the most part, I don't know, you could still buy them and you're not in like a huge supply of them basically. So yes, you can still do the rune crafting method for it, but I think the reason this update came out is mainly for blood runes and probably souls, especially in the future now that the Tomb Against Shadow has been released. Twisted extracts seem very useless as well. And the warped extracts bonus runes. So the bonus runes for mangled, scarred, and twisted is 60. And the bonus runes per essence with the warped is only 250, which is strange. I thought that was going to be like much higher, maybe 600 or so, like multiply it by 10. So really, if you want to stack up with elemental runes to flex or something, I mean, you're still kind of better off just going to the shops and hopping. Again, you can technically use the Scar Essence for everything, and it's still going to be, I guess, worth your time. But again, the main reason I'm saying all this is because blood runes are really what people are going to be doing this for, and you're not really in huge need of the lesser tier runes. So anyway, just something to consider. But yeah, every single lap I crafted, I was crafting over 4,000 blood runes, which is just nuts. And I believe you can do over 70 laps per hour. So you just take that. I mean, I think I was actually getting about 74 or 75 laps per hour because I did manage to get over 300,000 blood runes in that hour. So anyway, my thoughts on the update. I think I still kind of stand where I initially stood, which is I think the bonus runes, the 60 bonus runes you get per Tainted Essence is a bit extreme. I really think if they had just made it like 5 or 10 or maybe 20, it would have been totally fine and people still would have done this crazily. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned that traditional rune crafting now without these Scar Essence it's gonna just feel like total dog shit. Which, I mean, it already did feel like dog shit for some people, but now it's just going to feel horrendously slow. And I don't know. I don't really know if that's like necessarily a downside like that alone, but I don't know. This whole update feels a little bit private servery. And I mean, to be fair, it was pretty pleasant being able to craft 4,000 blood runes per lap. I mean, there is a cost associated with it. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't feel right. And that's my own opinion. My opinion is mainly just keeping pretty old school, and not having weird methods that you're just dumping GP into to get extra resources out of it. It feels strange. And I've already talked about this in previous videos, so I'm not going to go any further on it. But I will say Jagex did, successfully put out this method. I haven't seen any bugs or anything. I haven't seen any problems with it. I assumed, me being the guinea pig doing like shoving a bunch of money into the coffer, I thought I'd lose like hundreds of millions of GP to some random bug. But no, it was fine. Everything looks like it's running in order. Still unsure if the Tainted Essence are deleted if you die in the wilderness running to the abyss. Like if somebody kills you, like I don't know if they're I don't think they're tradable. Maybe they are tradable and you actually just get them, but I don't think they're tradable. And so I'm not really sure, like if you die outside, like running to the abyss, if you just get to pick them up later. I'd assume so maybe, but I'm not going to test it. So if you guys have any information on that, drop it down in the comments. Also, if you guys are just doing this method, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed this, and be sure to subscribe to catch more videos and podcasts and rambles that I make. Thank you guys as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.